I'm sitting in my wheelchair. Okay, I'm sitting in my wheelchair, and they have a girl walk in the room. I'm sitting in my wheelchair,
Right.
and next to me, there's a normal guy. He's not even 6 foot. All right, he's just a normal guy that's whatever. And
Yeah.
like say we're behind a glass even, so we can't see the girl. What is she
Okay.
going? Who's she gonna pick? The guy in the wheelchair, or the guy that can at least stand up?
Oh, yeah, talking about this, it's like it's harsh reality. Like this is like for real. It's harsh
Like
and it's for real.
seriously, like how would you think that would go down? Who do you think she would pick?
Andrew Tate. He's a top
Oh, the
G.
guy next to me is Andrew Tate. I said he wasn't.
Oh.
No, I'm saying like
Oh.
any average guy. She doesn't know anything about us. She
Oh.
just see like I'm
Oh
sitting
yeah.
here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
The
Okay.
guy's standing next to me, and we're just kind of like, who is she gonna pick?
Yeah. She gonna pick the guy that can do things and take her places, like
Theoretically,
go on walks.
little does she know, I actually have a car. I actually
Yeah.
can drive. I see. I don't want to sit there and brag about. I mean, I could be like a top G real quick. I'm doing better than most people out here right now. But y'all wouldn't know that, right? But she wouldn't know that either. She
Yeah.
just wouldn't. And so she's just gonna pick the guy that is physically more attractive. And okay, so never settle for less than you deserve. Okay, so like that's another thing. People have access to everyone, so everyone is sitting there trying to get the best person possible. And it just seems like at the end of the day, you're never satisfied. And you're never going to settle. And that is a relationship killer in itself.
Spit bars on y'all. Listen up, for real. Hey, I will say this: my boy does have game. Bastrin does have game. Believe it or not. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised myself. I was like, yo, like, there's a lot of things y'all don't know. Like, my man spits game.
See, there's a lot of things people don't know about me, even though I do show a lot. See, like, there's, like, that fine balance when you're doing content creation and stuff like that, because, like, you know, yeah, like, people,
Yeah.
I don't want to see, like, the mystery behind, like, Andrew Tate, for instance, is not everyone knows everything that he's done. When you're, like, a completely open book, you're just kind of, like, whatever. Like, like, everyone's read that book before. Whatever.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that, don't really know who I am. And there's a lot of people that forgot who I am, considering, I go through the comments and be like, well, I ain't seen this guy in years. I'm like, Jesus. You sit there and you have me in the wheelchair, sitting here, just doing nothing. Yeah, I'm actually in a better position than a lot of people out there. And then you got a guy next to me, completely broke, actually terrible person, but he's just like this. You still want to pick the guy that's standing up 99% of the time. Like, and you can't BS and be like, oh yeah, no, she might actually get the guy in a wheelchair. No, she's not. No,
That's
she's
a damn
not.
shame.
She's just
It's
not.
a damn shame.
She's not. Alright. Yeah, and this goes for guys like seeing a girl in a wheelchair too. This goes both ways. People in wheelchairs are really seen less than. People in wheelchairs are seen as less than and not as worthy of anything, right? So like I'm playing life on hard mode. Like I'm talking like in Call of Duty ranking, like when you playing a campaign, you got like regular, medium. I am veteran difficulty.
Oh God! I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
You're laughing.
Hey, no. Hey, all right.
Oh my God, dude.
Right.
So
my man really related it to Call of Duty. It's for real though. It's a good analogy.
Hey, it's a war out here, bro, between me and the guy that can walk. Like,
For real. Only one can
nah,
win.
but like, dude, it sucks because it's like when you're in a wheelchair, everything is a lot more difficult, and it's one of those things like dude, I can understand why people wouldn't, because okay, so like first you have to like talk to the person, and this goes for anyone, like any relationship that develops. But like we have like the look, like, oh, he's in a wheelchair, she's in a wheelchair, whatever. So you think about it like, oh, I'm not sure, like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. With someone that's physically able, you're only really getting into the environment of the person and the personality of the person and stuff like that. So you can get out of that, I guess. Which you can get out of the situation with the dude in the wheelchair, the girl in the wheelchair. But because you see it first, you're already trying to get out of the situation before the situation even is there. It's really weird. A lot of people, you know, are just very, very shallow too. You know, and that's also that's a human thing in general, but a lot more so because of social media. So with social media, there's a lot of things that have changed in the world because of it, and that is tolerance of different things and stuff like that. Like tolerance of like people like in wheelchairs and stuff like is good, but it's not, you know, always going to be. It's never going to be something that is, you know, like I'm going down the street and someone just looks at me like I'm a normal person. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's like the reality of the situation. But like, so for instance, a lot of people in wheelchairs, for instance, are a lot more mentally there and aware, and I mean, obviously, unless they do have a mental, you know, disability. Right. But if you're just someone with a physical disability, you know, you've probably went through some struggles, some hard nights, pain, even like whatever. So like that'd be actually low key a type of person that you want to get in a relationship with, because like if you're a girl or guy that wants someone that is, you know, mentally strong and stuff, that's like the person to do it with, you know, like to get in a relationship with and build something with. I mean, dude, like, I'm gonna shout out Squirmy and Grubs. Yeah, shout out them. Everyone sits there and looks at them and is like, how? And it's like, what do you mean how? He treats her right. They treat each other right, you know, like he's doing his thing. Like there's a lot more to him than just like the wheelchair, right? So like when you take the wheelchair equation out, it's just a normal relationship. It really is.
No, for real. Like you compared to an average dude probably does not have social media. What's it called?
Bro, I literally got a G Fuel shaker. I literally got a G Fuel.
Yeah, my boy has a whole G Fuel shaker, y'all. G Fuel. Hey, no, you know, hey, I got this. Had to.
Hey, that's that support. But yeah, no. So like, social media in this day and age, has really helped people and hurt people in the long run, both ways. So yeah, it's making it harder for the average guy. So you're sitting thinking to yourself, okay, if it's harder for the average guy, then it's gonna be 10 times as hard for the, I guess you would say, average guy in a wheelchair. Right? I mean,
my boy is spitting facts though, guys. Even chat's saying it for real. Bastrin spitting facts, yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What would you do if, and this goes for the chat, this goes for our chats as well. What would you do if you were one day walking like normal, boom, something happens to you? What do you do? How would you live your life? Seriously, what would you do? And this goes for making money if you have a physically demanding job. This goes for having a relationship. If you're in a, like, okay, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend right now, do you think they'd break up with you? Because obviously,
that would be entirely different.
So what would you do? What would you do? All right, you don't got a girlfriend right now.
What happened?
You don't got a girlfriend right now in real life, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yup.
Okay.
Hey, we going through though. Hey.
How do I go about this? And then you sit there and you get told, oh, like normal. Nothing about my life is normal. So you sit there.
I will say this though. definitely you can't really. I can't if that was to happen, me getting hit by a car, which you're probably jinxing it. I would
No,
probably
no,
go
no, hold
do.
on. Knock on
I
wood right
can't
now.
really. I can't really like go cold approach someone in a wheelchair and go like imagine this. You see a beautiful woman, a respectable woman. You really want to go talk to her, and then you wheel up on her, y'all. Like
Think
she's
about
gonna
that.
look at you way different.
Think
That's a very
seriously. Think
just
about.
think about that. Like think about that, guys.
Yeah, all right,
Like
I'm gonna give you guys
that's
the
very
visual.
difficult.
All right, so I'm
I
all
want to see
like
this.
I'm all like push. I'm all.
God.
What's up? She's gonna be like, ew. You know, she's probably not gonna do that, but like, she's gonna be like, there ain't no way right now. She's
No,
gonna be
for
like, no
real,
way
bro.
right now.
That's just
You know, they sit there.
that's very sad.
They sit there and they talk about like, oh, if a hot dude were to say, hey, I'm gonna take you out and I'm gonna treat you right, girl, she'd be like, oh, all right. And then next thing you know, I were to say, I will, hey, I'm gonna take you out, I'm gonna treat you right. She'll be like, what? No, it's
Yeah.
so it's hard. Dude.
It's tragic. My boy, like wheeling up. My boy is wheeling up to a female. It's better to do it online. If that were to happen to me, I would just stick with online for real, because unless you find a chick that a friend knows, like meet a chick from a friend type of, where she knows your situation. But if you're just on Tinder, for example, bro, they're gonna click. They're gonna be like, this dude's in a wheelchair. It's not fair at all, guys. Dating with a disability compared to me, like, bro, it's not fair.
Like you're able to walk out, like out your house right now. Like theoretically, I could count to 10. You could be out your house, at your mailbox, and back in on the headset. I would be at the landing of my staircase. Maybe.
I'm not laughing. Yo, okay.
Bro,
No,
so someone just asked
yeah.
though. Someone did just ask. Can wheelchair people? Can we date other people in wheelchairs? It's like I will say yes, but it makes it extremely difficult actually. Usually the way it goes is someone in the wheelchair dates someone that's able-bodied. That's just kind of how it happens because it's just it's easier for I feel like both parties. It'd make it extremely difficult for two people in a wheelchair to, you know, make it work because they physically aren't able to help themselves. And so and that's one thing a lot of people don't talk about. When you're getting into a relationship with someone in a wheelchair, they're going to need help with certain things. Who knows what those things are, but you're going to need, and that's one other thing. You know, the person get into a relationship with someone in a wheelchair, then they're kind of like seen as their like caregiver, which obviously no one in a wheelchair wants. But yeah, no, so it's just a lot more difficult. But like in general, it's just difficult for every dude out here right now because of every